All right, picking up this game again. It is now the bottom of the sixth. Score is 3-1 Houston. King Caminetti came up with a one-out, two-run double in the fifth to give them their second and third runs. And then bottom of the fifth, we had Sean Berry with a triple, and he actually scored on a wild pitch after that. So that brings us up to date on the score. Now, the reason I'm coming back in at this juncture is because Ken Hill has a fade rating of 6, and he just completed his 6th inning pitched. So now we're getting into the fade procedures, right? So I take the 0, fade level 0. I put that on there as a reminder. Meanwhile, Swindell has a fade rating of 5, so he already completed his fade allotment. And so now we begin to check him. So both pitchers essentially enter it at the same time, the way it works out in this case. So, coming in the bottom 6, Swindell's still on the mound, and so I'm going to change up my procedure. Normally I roll these two when there's no fade, but now I'm going to roll the 6-sided with the control die. Okay? And the reason I do that is because in fade level 0, if the 6-sider comes up a 1 or a 6, then he immediately flips to fade level 1. And there's a fade 1 column on all 5 of the trait charts, okay, the ratings charts. So let's see how that works. All right, so let me flip that back over. Swindell on the mound, possibly getting a little tired or perhaps running out of ideas. All right, he rolls a 3, so there's no fade effect. 7 is the control. It's going to be contact for Cliff Floyd. Here we are. His contact rating is 5. 3 and 5 is 8. Not a great roll, and he's going to ground out to the first baseman. All right, 1 away. So here's Ken Hill with nobody on. He's pitched reasonably well so far. So he's had trouble a couple times. So I don't know. If I was seriously managing this, I would probably take him out here and put in a pinch hitter. But I'm not going to do it. So Swindell, 2, so no fade effect. 5 is the control roll. That's heat. His heat rating is 3. And the final result is 4 and 3, 7 on heat. That is a line drive unless somebody has very high contact, which Hill, of course, does not. So that is a line out off of a right-handed bat. It goes to right field, so he slaps that the opposite way. Two gone. Marquise Grissom with nobody on. Expos trailing here at home. No fade. The roll is a 2. We do have a lefty on the mound, but Grissom is a righty, so there's no lefty-lefty effect right here. That's what these exceptions are in that column. So it's discipline, 4, and a roll of 11, 15. That's pretty good. He's going to draw the walk. Yes, he does. And this is not just any walk. This walk here is an auto steal. So, despite having 2 out, Grissom is feeling pretty good over there at first base, and he's going to try to go ahead and steal second. 5 is the roll. Pitcher's composure. Is the pitcher's composure equal to or greater than the runner's speed? His composure is 3, the runner's speed is 6. The answer is no. There would have been a modifier there. If not, it's a normal attempt. So we're going to roll on the 6th column. And three, he's out. That's not good enough. On a 4, he would have held. But he is out. So Grissom, they had him pegged and he was caught stealing for the 3rd out, and the manager is not going to be happy about that. Larry Walker will have to finish his at bat another time, but no fade effect for Swindell, so he gets through another inning unscathed there. And now we are in the top of the 7th, and now we're going to do the same thing for Ken Hill. All right, Luis Gonzalez, 4 on the fade check. 12 is command. Seven is the final result, and he's going to issue a walk unless bases are not loaded or the discipline is really low. That's neither of those is the case. So Gonzalez gets a free pass there. That is the third walk issued by Ken Hill. Goodness gracious. If I wasn't doing a demo, I would probably take Hill out right here. But I want to show some things off. All right, so Gonzalez is a threat to steal. Let's try it. The steal attempt roll is a 3. Runner speed minus catcher's mound rating. And Fletcher is a 2. I should have wrote that down somewhere. Wrong stack. So minus 2, that makes him a 4. The roll is an 11. He'll be safe. Stolen base for Luis Gonzalez. Man in scoring position, nobody out, and now you're facing Bagwell, Caminetti, and Finley. Ugh. That's pretty rough. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to keep rolling that fade die. All right. Oh, look at there. The fade just came up a 6. So he immediately flips to fade level 1. Now we're going to use a different column on these charts. 8 is the chart. So it's the heat chart, not his strong suit. Really. All right. So he has a heat rating of 3. We add 9 to it. So 12. And instead of looking it up here, we're going to look it up over here. So a 12 on the heat chart. He still gets a strikeout. So that worked out okay. He gets lucky there. So that would represent, you know, the pitcher maybe not really hitting his spot, but getting a strikeout anyway. All right. So, yeah, let's just keep going a little bit. Keep playing with this. Luis Gonzalez, yeah, still on second, 1 out. Ken Caminetti now. The fade rolls a 1. Oh dear. Well, just like that. He didn't stay at fade level 1 for long, did he? Now he's fade level 2. Now things could get even worse. It didn't hurt him the first time, but the threat of it happening is there. All right. He's a righty versus a lefty. The roll is contact, and his contact rating is a 5. So, oh, but he only rolls a 2. That's 7 on the contact chart, and now we're fade level 2, and he is going to ground out. Man, if he had rolled just to put this in perspective, he rolled a 7. If he'd rolled a 6, it's a hit. If he'd rolled an 8 or a 9, it's also a hit. A 10 would have been a home run chance. So 7 was the only number in that whole range that would have had him grounding out. It's a ground out plus. So Caminiti from the left side grounds to short, and that kind of ties up the shortstop over there. And the runner is going to make it over to third, but they do get Caminiti on the ground out. His momentum, whatever, the fielder couldn't hold that runner in that case. All right, runner on third, two gone. Ken Hill now at fade level 2. Now it's time for a pitching change, right? I think I don't want to continue to take chances because even though they got an out of that, the pitching coach is looking out there going, oh, I don't like the odds now, right? All right, so there you go. That's a look at how the fade works, and I will punch out here and then come back in with a final, maybe the final inning or something. All right, turn the camera back on for what might be the conclusion of Game 1 here between Houston and Montreal. So, where are we now? Top of the 9th, and at this point, Montreal has taken the lead courtesy of a 3-run rally in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, started off with a double by Walker, a double by Alou. Then there was a flyout by Barry, a single, and an RBI for Cordero. That tied the game at 3. Then there was a spectacular play made. Let's see, Houston left field, that was by Gonzalez. Yeah. Spectacular play made out there to save a run, but it was only temporary because Juan Bell would come up and hit an RBI double to give Houston the lead. All of that, pretty much, I mean, the first hit was off of Swindell, and then Todd Jones, who has good ratings, just couldn't seem to get a handle on things. He did finally strike out Cliff Floyd to end that rally, but at that point they'd surrendered the lead 4-3. Some interesting shenanigans in the bottom of the 8th with a pinch hitter that got on with a walk and a pinch runner that advanced, but no runs scored. So it remained 4-3. We go to the top of the 9th, and now I've brought in John Wetland to close here for Montreal. He's got the CL closer designation on his card. All right. Now, also in the top of the 9th here, as Houston is trying to come back to tie or steal this game, they are in their 9th slot. So after Swindell left the game, I took a generic batting card and stuck it in that 9th slot as a placeholder. And of course, they are not going to have the reliever swing the bat down by a run with 3 outs remaining. Instead, they're going to put in a pinch hitter, Chris Donalds. All right, so I'll put my PH here. Chris Donalds comes in, and he will be the first to face Wetland in this situation. All right, see what happens. 5, heat, he's got plenty. 3 is not a great roll, it's a 10, so that is a split roll. So you, on the chart here, you see these purple boxes, there's only 3 of them. Those are D6 splits. And so in this case, it is either going to be field action or field trouble. And I roll a 1, it's field action. So field action are those plays where it takes extraordinary effort or ability to make the play. So let's see what it is. Donalds puts this in play, 59. It's in the direction of the first baseman. He is a lefty, coincidentally. And it's going to be a range check on a pop. Okay, so it's a pop out that could drop in for a single. Now, we need to know what the first baseman's range is for Houston. That's Bagwell with a 4. No, wait, yes, Bagwell with a 4. Here he is. And so, 0 through 4, he will make that play for the pop. He does not. It drops in. Oh dear. Pop single, bloop single. For the pinch hitter, Donalds with a speed of 3 is on. I'd like to have more speed than that, right? 4 would be 4 or better is really what you need if you're going to advance on certain hits. Let's see what we got. Not a lot of speed sitting around here on the bench for Houston. Kevin Bass is a 4. All right. I'll set him out here. And do I flip? Yeah, I can flip that to a 4. Tying run at first base. And I can now flip this placeholder card because we go back to the top of the order. Wetland has got to really bear down here against Biggio, Gonzalez, and Bagwell. Oh boy. 2, discipline, unless it's lefty-lefty. Of course it's not. And the roll is 3 and 6 is 9 on discipline. This is the discipline chart here. That'll be a single unless the pitcher's composure is 5 or better. It's a 6. And so he is going to get the ground out fielder's choice. Biggio reaches on the fielder's choice, and the pinch runner, which I forgot to note, the pinch runner is out. Biggio with 7 speed, though, is a threat. My goodness. Yeah, speed to spare over there. But now there's 1 out, so that helps. All right, Luis Gonzalez. So here again, you think about stealing. We've got some pretty good bats here coming up. Let's see what happens. 2, discipline again. Gonzalez has got plenty. 7 and 6 is a 13 on that discipline chart. He's going to draw a walk unless heat is 8. It's a 7, just missed. He could have got a strikeout there. Instead, it's the walk. So Gonzalez, speed of 6 is now on, and Wetland's got trouble. Those final 3 outs. Aren't they something? The hardest to get. Bagwell now at the plate with 1 out, 2 on, and a chance to do some real damage here. Kevin Bass, by the way, is no longer on the field, so I can take him and put him back on the bench over here. All right. 2 on, 1 out for Bagwell versus Wetland. This is pretty juicy stuff. Wow, I'm too excited and I roll the die off the table. All right, calm down. Okay, discipline is 7, 11, 18 on a discipline check. My goodness, that's way up there. It's another walk. Discipline is killing Wetland here. Because Houston is really good at not swinging at the questionable stuff. All right, so bases now loaded. Oh goodness! And I just ran into my camera. All right. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Ken Caminetti. Doesn't get any easier, does it? The roll's an 8. It's heat. 10, 17. Struck him out for the 2nd out. Much needed. Tying run is on 3rd. A base hit here, and Houston can take the lead. Steve Finley with a chance to be the hero. The roll is 11. It's discipline 5 and 3. Not great discipline is an 8. The home team would get a walk here, but they're the visitors. It's a strikeout, and the game is over. On a home field advantage roll. Leaving the bases loaded. Wetland strikes out Finley, and the Expos hang on just barely to win this game 4-3. My goodness. Oh, that was fun. Okay, well, there are some glimpses of what the game does. There were some neat things that happened that I wasn't rolling the video for. I should have just let it roll the whole time and edited it down. Yeah, I hope that gives you an idea of what this game is doing and kind of how it's doing it. All right. See ya.